Hey everybody, this is David with Shur-Loc Fabrics, and today we're going to stretch up a TEF-LOC panel on a roller frame. So we've got our PTFE coated panel here. These are most commonly used for fiber matting and ink smoothing. You can use a lot of different combinations on press. You can use your heated roller, just regular roller, squeegees, anything that you want to use to compress those designs, fibers, all that good stuff. So really useful on press. So let's take a look at how to install this. It's a little bit different setup as we've got our endurance connectors here. So we've got our rod that we're going to insert into the pocket that we've created on the TEF-LOC panel itself. So let's just slide that right in one of the sides. There is a seam on how we make these, so put the seam side down. That way you've got the smoothest surface that's going to be with your substrate, whatever you're trying to flatten out or press down. So slide that in most of the way. I'm going to take my endurance connector right here for the roller frame, and basically just going to feel for that rod that I slid in. Now I didn't go all the way through, and it makes it a lot easier if you can just pinch the TEF-LOC panel down a little bit. You can feel the rod inside there. Just make a tight little V, and once you encapsulate that rod, it goes right into the trough of the endurance connector, and it simply just slides right down full length. So what we're looking to do is just center that up on the TEF-LOC panel. Then those will just, the connector will just load in right from the top. So if you dip the back edge in, it just drops right in. So from here, I'm going to put my wrench on, and this stretching system here is the Accelerator X tensioning system. The frame that we're using today is a 23x31 M3. I'm going to rotate around. Whatever I do to one side, I want to just match to the parallel side. So long to long is usually the rule of thumb on all of our stretching. So I will slide this rod in to a point where I can start to feel it really close down there. And I will grab my endurance connector, slide that connector right onto the rod itself. And if you tilt it up more vertically, it slides on a lot easier than if you had it more horizontal, because it just puts a little bit additional pressure on there while sliding it in. Center up the rod with your fingers there, just look on both edges, and then load this in. Make sure that that's fully seated. Sometimes it can be in line with the hex lug on the end there, so just make sure that that gets fully seated down. And I will pull my wrenching pin back here a little bit, adjust my adjustable wrench, and just pull this down so I've got a little bit of pressure. What I can see here is that I need to go back to my other long side, and I'll just rotate this down a little bit so as to even up the distance down. So we've got a numbering system here that we go by, so I'll just get that fairly close. But I don't want to create too much tension yet, as I want to load up my short ends. So grab one of your short rods here, slide that into the pocket, just a little bit shy. If you just V that material right down so it's really skinny, it goes into that trough very simply. Then you can slide the connector right on, center it up, makes it pretty simple. Move that on, just rotate that out to a point where it's gonna stay. I'm actually not even gonna load that wrench on until I get this other side on. It'll just make it that much more simple. You know that these fabrics, they don't stretch out very much, so they get tight really quick. So we've made them a little bit larger so that you can get some of the wrap onto the rolls itself, on the roller of the portion of the frame. And I'll just insert that side once I've got this in. Now I can put on my wrench here, and I can begin to get a little bit of tension going. So there isn't an exact number for tension on these guys, but we recommend probably somewhere in the ballpark of about 8 to 10, 12 newtons or so. One thing you want to factor in is if you have a roller frame like we've got here with the black bolts, those can tend to increase tension a little bit more when you're tightening them up. So as you can see, once you hit the tension point on these, it really firms up very quickly. So since we're not actually screen printing through this, we will still try to be as even as possible. I'm on hole number 3 on that end. I'm on hole number 3 on this short end. And as far as the sides go, I'm going to do a flip here as well. That's what's great about this system. It accommodates just about everything you can imagine. So stretching things up makes it really quick and easy. And if you need to flip the wrenches over, you can always do that. Slide this other one out here. I'm on hole number 3 on the far side. I'm on hole number 3 on this side. And once we've got that all set, then we're good to go. You can check it with your tension meter, get it all dialed in to exactly the tension that you want to get, lock up your bolts, take it off, you're ready to go. So for more information, you can go to Shur-Loc.com. Thanks so much for watching.